This is my first video journal to make. I've started a video journal because of the fact that I think it's going to keep me more motivated and driven on my tasks that I have to do. It's a lot easier than writing a journal, I believe. Maybe not, because you still have to like edit all this together somewhat. So we'll see which one works out the best. But for now, we're just gonna video journal it out. We got 2 custom houses going right now, and we have the 3rd custom house that's in the bank phase. We're getting ready to start a remodel from the 1920s. I'm finishing up the bid work on that. It's for my girlfriend's mom, so we'll see how that goes working with family. And here's to the first video journal. All right, so I got a hit list that I made to help me work through some tasks that I got to get done. Let's see, I got to get the dumpster from the Marksville job. I got to get it out of there, so let me make a few phone calls. I touched base with him. He didn't answer. He usually calls me back pretty quickly. We'll see if he calls me back pretty quick. We'll get that thing moved out of there, and we're just gonna move on to the next task on the list. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock this one off. The order, oh no, not this one. Order the bonding primer for Pumpkin from Amazon. So Pumpkin wants a special bonding primer that I can only find on Amazon. Nowhere, I mean, maybe Kinder Paint might sell some, but I don't really feel like going all the way over there. So I'm just gonna order off Amazon because we got plenty of time to get it. But I'm worried about how long has it been sitting at Amazon for? You know, is it going to show up dried out, or separated? Let's find out. All right, I went ahead and picked up a gallon of it. It was like 66 bucks. See if it's any good. On to the next task. I almost forgot to print the invoice from Amazon. I always forget to print the invoices from Amazon, and my books are never balanced right. I ended up having like 7 to 10 different invoices to print out from Amazon. I know it's not funny, but I had to laugh at it. All right, I knocked out the bonding primer for Pumpkin. Now I'm gonna order paint products for Pumpkin off of his list. All right, so let's get his list out and let's get some of it going. Okay, so I took the painter's list that he texted me and translated into my own list, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this to Lowe's and knock it out because you can get this at Lowe's and it's right up the street from my parents' house. So I'll go knock this out. Probably won't do it right this second. I'll jump into another task. I'll do this when I'm out and about. There you go. So this is going to be my next hit list, is going to be send Hardy the information for the door. This is a door on one of our other custom home builds we got going on, and I got to send him some door information. All right, so this is the door right here. This is a carport, and by code, this can have glass in it. But the homeowner wants to make it a solid metal door for safety factors in case, like, the car catches on fire or something like that. So you got like a lot more time. You got a longer burn time to get out of the house or for the fire department to show up. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that happen. All right, so that's the door we ordered her. It's really not a bad looking door. The salesman answered his phone and we got it all hooked up. All right, so these 3 are not gonna be too fast to do. I gotta locate a floor, even though it says flower. Or it says 4, not flower, but I need a floor. That's funny. And then also need a shower wall tile and the countertop colors. I need to find some samples and get them over to the Mansour Project homeowner. This is a side note, but I've spent $20,597 so far at Home Depot in like the last couple of months. It's pretty crazy. Since I'm extremely pressured on time, I think I'm going to set a 10-minute timer and dedicate a whole 10 minutes to just strictly researching for a floor tile and see how that works out. Maybe a shower tile. I think I'm going to go for a shower tile because we need that more important right now. That was a pretty long 10 minutes, it felt like, but this tile is not the exact tile he wanted, but it's pretty close. So I'm going to send this one over to him and see what he thinks about it. It's $1.99 a square foot. It's a great price, and we'll see what happens from there. And I'm gonna move on to the next task. I'll show you the tile. It is a 12 by 24 inch faux Carrera. Not too bad looking. That's it. All right, so I just had a 18-minute conversation with one of the homeowners about doors, fireplaces. I mean, you name it. We went over a lot. Or did we? I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like we don't go over that much. It's just over and over again with these people. All right, I probably shouldn't say that. All right, so it's 11:02. I'm gonna go ahead and take an hour lunch break. Enjoy it with my family. Well, actually, nobody's here yet, but they will soon be here. All right, so it's 12 o'clock and lunch is over. Even though I answered like 3 phone calls during our lunch. I got a few more tasks to do. The painter sent me a picture, so there's some new stickers that are showing up on exterior doors saying that if you paint the door a dark color, it voids the warranty. So I'm about to do some investigation work and figure out why does that happen. So I'm gonna call my door salesman and see if he can explain it to me. The dumpster company called me back. They're gonna come pick up the dumpster this afternoon, go dump it, and then bring it to our Pineville job by the beginning of next week sometime. So everything worked out. All right, so I got this email about a custom home quote, and I'm gonna go ahead and respond back to him. All right, so I just sent him an email back and letting him know that if you send me over a PDF set, we'll get the process started. He left me his cell phone number, so I think I'm gonna also call him right now and just talk to him and explain to him and see what's up. It might help me get the job, you know? All right, so I had a 26-minute conversation with him. It went really well. He's kind of a younger guy. He, you can tell it's his first house they're building. Had a lot of questions, a lot of concerns, but I mean, it's just questions. So no big deal, just answer them. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. He's supposed to send me over his floor plans, and I'm gonna send that thing out and send it to all the suppliers and all the subcontractors and get back a cost and get back with them. All right, so it's 5:51 and I'm on my way to my girlfriend's dad's house to go have sliders. Let's see, a lot's happened. I had like a 25-minute phone call with the Mansura homeowner. We just went over stuff for the cabinets and paint colors, and you know, we bullshitted a little bit, and then Pumpkin stopped by. So we're pretty sure we are going to start a paint company. We're figuring out all the nuances of everything. You know, we're just tired of paying the going rate for a paint job and getting a mediocre paint job. So I went ahead and bought a Graco 390, a good introduction sprayer, and so far it's been working out pretty well. We might get another setup or two. Depends on actually depends on the system Pumpkin's putting together. He's got a plan. It's pretty good. He was like the boss at his old job, and they got laid off. You know, the market's pretty slow around here, so they all got laid off, unfortunately. And we're tired of getting mediocre paint jobs, so we teamed up. We're gonna make Pumpkin a partner. He's gonna partner up with us, make a company. But right now we're painting 3 of our customs we got going on right now. And then while we're doing that, we're gonna go ahead and put a business together and partner up with Pumpkin and make it a separate company from South Rue. And it's gonna be pretty cool. Dang, look at that. A Viper broke down. That sucks. Yeah, so we're gonna put that together. We'll keep up with that. And then I took a lot of my time up. That was like an hour-long meeting we had basically in our garage with Pumpkin and my dad over and a cup of coffee. But we got a lot figured out. And we went over the paint colors for the Mansura home. I know what I need to do, and I know what I need to finish on my end of the homework. And we got Pumpkin set up. So, and then I'm sure after we get done eating sliders, I brought my backpack with me. I'm gonna work on that bid that was sent to me. I'll probably work on that too in between on my cell phone and send out some emails while we're eating sliders and bullshit. But I'm gonna work on that definitely when we get done doing that, while we're just all kind of laying low. And maybe a few other things. Might work on some tile selections for the Mansura project. Let's see. So, all right. This video journal has been pretty cool. Let's see if I can keep it going though. All right, it's 10:47 and I'm on my way home. The sliders were pretty good, and we worked for like an hour and a half on questions that we were making. We already made the questions to help define the scope for my girlfriend for her mom's remodel we're gonna do. We normally don't do remodels, but her house she bought is in the Garden District, and it's from like the 1920s. So I'm pretty sure if we don't get involved, she's gonna get ripped off, because there's so many people out here in this industry that are so desperate for money that they'll agree to anything and learn with your money. And it's really hard for somebody who hasn't been there before to understand that this person has never been there before, and they're literally learning with your money. So I'm definitely gonna get involved. And she didn't really know the exact scope of work she wanted, but she kind of had an idea, so she wrote me up a punch list, and then I took those punch lists and I defined them into like, 40 questions per punch list, per line item. So that way, once we answer these questions, I can get a definite scope of work, so I can take every subcontractor and supplier and get an actual cost of construction that will be realistic, and it shouldn't fluctuate too much unless there's like, rotten or stuff like, mold or anything like that, the unknown. And that's how it should be, by defining the scope and sticking to that, and then getting that translated, on your bid, so that way the money's right. And so, that's taking up a lot of my time, but I'm doing that because it is my girlfriend's mom, and out of a courtesy. But it's also been fun because I've never done a remodel on a house this old, so this is going to be pretty cool. And I actually might start doing remodels like this. We'll see how this works out. But I've always wanted to work in the Garden District, so this will be my first chance to do a house in the Garden District. So I'm going to get to see if it's actually what I think it's going to be, In the beginning, that's really all I wanted to do, was work on older homes when I first got my contractor's license. But then I realized how frustrating it is to do remodels versus building new construction. So we really focus only on new construction because that's our main discipline. But we'll see what happens with this remodel. I mean, I know we can do well on it. We're gonna, as long as we treat it with the same structure and organization that we treat our custom homes. There's just more variables, no big deal. And then let's see what else. We also worked on some paint for the Mansura project and a few other things like that. But for a day that I didn't actually go into the field, I am like exhausted. I've grinded from sun up to sundown just on paperwork and logistics and operations. I would have never guessed when I was like 16 that I would own a construction company that would work this hard and never go into the field. It's pretty interesting, but I'm gonna go to bed soon and wake up and do this all over again.